Have you ever heard of a city with plumbing better than ancient Rome, streets laid out in perfect grids, and people who lived in peace for centuries then just vanished? This isn't a legend or a lost continent, this was real. 4,000 years ago, along the winding banks of the Indus River, thrived one of humanity's greatest urban marvels, the Indus Valley Civilization. Yet today, few even know its name. There are no epic tales like Greece, no pyramids like Egypt, just mysterious ruins Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro and thousands of tiny seals marked with symbols no one can read. How could a civilization so advanced disappear without a trace? What secrets lie buried beneath the dust of the forgotten Indus Valley? Tonight, we're traveling back 5,000 years to uncover the innovations, enigmas, and the haunting silence left behind by a people who might have built the world's first true cities, only to be erased from memory. From roughly 3,300 to 1300 BCE, the Indus Valley Civilization stretched across what is now Pakistan and northwest India, an area larger than ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia combined. Its cities Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, De La Vera, Lothal were masterpieces of order and engineering. Streets ran on precise right angles, drainage systems carried waste from beneath homes, and standardized bricks built a civilization that seemed to value balance over conquest. Yet for all its brilliance, this culture remains one of history's greatest enigmas. Tonight, we'll uncover how it was discovered, what life there might have been like, why their language remains unreadable, and how an entire world simply stopped. It all began with railway workers in the 1850s, digging near a small town called Harappa in British India. They stumbled upon baked bricks, ancient pottery, and the remains of walls that didn't fit any known empire. But it wasn't until the 1920s that archaeologists Sir John Marshall and Daya Ram Sawhney realized the sheer scale of what they'd found, the ruins of a city over 4,500 years old. Soon after, came another incredible discovery: Mohenjo-Daro, the Mound of the Dead. What they uncovered stunned the world: wide streets laid out in perfect grids, multi-storied homes, public baths, huge granaries, and an intricate sewage system that suggests civic planning on a level rivaling modern cities. But what was missing was just as important: no grand palaces, no monuments to kings, no evidence of warfare, just order. A civilization quietly thriving, where daily life seemed to revolve around harmony rather than hierarchy. So what was it like to live there? Imagine walking through Mohenjo-Daro around 2500 BCE. You'd see merchants trading colorful beads and copper tools, women wearing intricate shell jewelry, and carts rumbling along paved streets. Each home had its own private well, a bathroom, and drains that connected to covered sewers beneath the streets, a level of sanitation many parts of the world wouldn't see again for millennia. The people of the Indus Valley Civilization were master traders. Archaeological finds show their network reached all the way to Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, where ancient Sumerian texts mention goods coming from a land called Meluha, which was almost certainly the Indus region. They used standardized weights and measures across their vast territory, showing a central authority or a deeply shared cultural code. And yet, there are still no signs of royal palaces or extravagant temples. It's as if the society itself, not a single ruler, was the heart of their identity. A cooperative world running on civic order instead of conquest. And yet, for all we know, their greatest secret remains unread. Archaeologists have found over 4,000 inscriptions etched onto tiny seals, tablets, and pottery that bear the unique Indus script. These are tiny, beautiful symbols: fish, birds, human-like figures, and strange geometric marks. But no one has ever deciphered them. Unlike Egyptian hieroglyphs, we have no bilingual Rosetta Stone to help translate. Scholars like Oscar Parpala and Aravatham Mahadevan have devoted their entire lifetimes to cracking the code, but the symbols might represent a language isolate, completely unrelated to any known tongue. Without their words, we can only guess. How were they governed? What did they believe in? Did they have gods, or did they worship nature? Even stranger is the almost complete lack of weapons, fortifications, or any evidence of war. A peaceful civilization in an age of brutal empires. How did such a world even survive, and why did it suddenly disappear? Around 1900 BCE, the great cities began to die. The perfectly baked bricks started to crumble. The wells dried up, the bustling trade networks fell silent. For decades, the popular Aryan invasion theory suggested that waves of Indo-European migrants invaded and destroyed Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. But modern evidence paints a much subtler, more tragic story. According to archaeologists like Jane McIntosh, the decline likely came from environmental change. Shifting monsoon patterns and the drying up of the mighty Saraswati River would have crippled their agriculture and forced people to scatter into smaller villages. Disease may have followed in the wake of famine. Devastating floods could have destroyed their carefully built infrastructure. But perhaps the most haunting part is this: there's no sign of a final, violent struggle, no burned layers in the soil, no mass graves. It's as if the forgotten Indus Valley quietly faded away, its people blending into new cultures, leaving only silent streets and an undeciphered language as their farewell. Today, the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa stand in the blazing heat of Sindh and Punjab, watched over by archaeologists and time. We still don't know what they called themselves, what stories they told, or what dreams they chased under the same stars we see tonight. But their legacy whispers through modern urban planning, sanitation, and trade. The Indus Valley Civilization reminds us that greatness isn't only measured by wars or monuments. It can also be built in peace, with balance, and then lost to nature's quiet rhythm. Sometimes, the most advanced civilizations are the ones time forgets. If this journey into the forgotten Indus Valley blew your mind, hit that like button. It really helps more history lovers find this story. And subscribe for more lost civilizations, ancient mysteries, and the untold chapters of human history. Next time, we're exploring Göbekli Tepe, the temple that changed everything we thought we knew about our past. See you then.